Yeah, good morning, traders. Well, I hope that we can all hear me. I hope so. So, good morning to all of us this morning. Today is the 10th of this month of March, which means that the month has about 20 days to run, thereabout. So, we are welcome. Of course, in the remaining 20 days, I believe that it's going to be a good day for all of us. But this is a brand new week. So, this week is already promising to be a very good week for all of us. And that's in term of trading. So I'm greeting you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me see if I can give some people some mention before I share my screen. So I'm seeing a B2. Even though you appear to be, if your name appear on top, I don't know whether you are the first person to join. I don't know. Your name appear on top or maybe second now. Then I have a Nero. I have although the name is flipping from top to bottom and all that. So, but a B2 is still on top. Olufowokan, K Kedaisi, Kediashi, right? And of course, Angela. Don't know. You should have a Nigerian name that I can call. Ayedeji. Which one is Baki? Is it Baki? Okay. So, Ogbodo, Chidi, Chinedu, Engeti. What's the meaning of Engeti, my brother? Engeti. Abi Egenti. Madam, you know. Epemsi. Tabu, right? Oyewole, and a lot of quite some interesting name here. Modesta, although I don't know the name clearly. Nero, right? Jelabi, Oko, Olufo. I think I've mentioned that name already. And Wade, right? Wale, you know. I'm just giving some people some name mention before I begin. So if you don't hear your name, don't be annoyed. And Max Angelin, right? They will be Sonola, Chigoze. You can see the way I'm avoiding your English name, right? I want to try to understand how to pronounce Nigerian name more than English name. So, Tolu, Kayode, right? Uchechukwu, right? The Mitope, and quite a lot of names. Rashida, even though your name is appearing close to the bottom. Ayun Felix, Ayun. Let me not call Felix. Let me just call Ayun since Ayun is Nigerian more. And then Aja Chichuku. I think I mentioned there are two Chichuku here. One is Nweke, right? And the other one is just Chichuku. So if I call you Chichuku, it's actually meant for the two of you, both Nweke and the number one. And Akindele, Soyemi, Soji, SOG. We normally call SOG then. So you guys are welcome. This is a brand new week, so I'll be sharing my screen shortly. Some people already sent me a message also, maybe because I mentioned their name, they also greeted me good morning. So, for example, Agenti and Ayun, right? So you guys are welcome to this event. Of course, we'll be starting now, so I'll be sharing my screen as soon as I can. I think right now is the right time for me to share my screen. So I'm going to be sharing this particular. I'll be this one is MT5. Permit me to share. Permit me to share MT5 screen, and of course I'm going to be closing this. So because we don't need it, right? Maybe I'll also share MT4 if I see something I want to discuss there, right? But I have both of them up this morning, so I could analyze with anyone. And at a glance, I can just tell you what I feel should happen. So last week we were playing with Euro USD, and that was the first thing we discussed last week of thereabout. And I told you guys that Euro USD was going to go up. Okay. And of course, it actually went up. Not because I have one juju telling me that Euro USD was going to go up. No, it's just 100% common sense on Euro USD. Euro USD is very easy to predict, right? So, and I have this indicator here that actually give me an edge. I love it. I love it. It's very simple, straightforward. You can use it on your phone. That's why I like using it, because it's simple. It doesn't require much information. It's just for you to understand the dynamics of price, and of course, you'll be good to go. So if you look at the 4 hours chart of Euro USD, I think I was a little bit deep into that last week. I told you guys that Euro USD broke this particular, even though it actually did some abracadabra anyway. Okay, but it was clear that because it broke this level at the first glance. Okay, let me zoom in so that people can see it. So I'm going to go back a little bit to the back. Okay, so around this level, then, okay, let me zoom in small so that you can see what I'm doing. A little bit small. Okay, so we have this information. All right, so let me see if I can plot a rectangle. Yeah, I think I can insert a rectangle from here. See the way I will insert my rectangle so that if you want to be using it on your laptop, it will be very easy for you to use. So this is a rectangle, right? So like what I did was that I come to this tool. This is tool paths, tools. Okay, crosshair, vertical line, horizontal line. Okay, there is something I want to do on the screen. I want to put like a rectangle on the screen. Okay, but I didn't find rectangle as part of this list. So what I can do is to add it to the list. And of course, I right click here on this same tool. I just put my cursor on it, right click, and then I went to customize. And then on this left lead, available buttons, I just scroll down, okay, and then I found rectangle. So once I found rectangle, the next thing I will do is to click on insert. So it will be under selected once I click on insert. Of course, it moves away from available option, available button to selected button. I just click on insert. Usually I click on insert. If you look at this top, you see that rectangle is now part of the list. So any list, anything you need here, you can actually come around and add it. Even if it is text label, which is part of it already, right? So once it's done, I'll just click on close. And of course, at a glance, I can just pick rectangle and draw whatever I want to draw. But let's look at this. So at the point in time, how I know whether price is on a trend or not is based on these two lines. One of them is the moving average 21 exponential, and the other one is moving average 20 simple. Sorry, 50 simple. So the idea is this: the 50 period moving average, 50 period MA or moving average is actually simple. Is of simple method. Let me change that one here. I just call it simple method. Calculated. Simple formula. Right? So so this particular one is actually calculated with simple formula, right? But then there's another one, the 21 period moving average. Going to just click on here and probably change this color to red, right? Red. And then tell you that this one is 21 period. H. Okay, and then I'll click OK for that. And then I will copy this by clicking, just press and hold on my control key to copy, move. Then I'll change this one to calculated with exponential method. Calculated exponential formula, right? Formula. Now, the idea is this. You see this red one? Maybe I can just move it to this. Permit me to move this to what we're discussing. So this one is the 21 period moving average. And this one is the 50 period moving average, this black one. Now, the red one is calculated with exponential method. And the black one is calculated with simple formula. Right? So when you are working on your moving average, Okay, so you can see that it's actually 50 period, and the method is simple. I didn't choose exponential for this, I choose simple for the 50. Of course, I click on close. Now, what I intend to do is to find out whether price is on a trend or not. Okay, I use it to know any price, whether it's on a trend or not. When it is flat, you can avoid pitfalls. Okay, when price ranging, this particular indicator guide you not to trade. Now, anytime the red, this 21 period is above the black, pay attention. If you like, record this your screen so that you can have an idea of what I'm trying to teach you here. That's if you are new to this or you don't understand what I'm trying to teach you. Some of you guys already know it. Okay, but of course, it will still give you a ginger to understand and use it, this particular indicator. So let me check the comment section to see maybe somebody drop a message. All right, so some people are just greeting me. Thank you, I'm fine. So for this person that dropped message on Euro JPY, let me tell you what I feel. So Olufokan Bamisi says I should look at JPY, Euro JPY, Euro CHF. So you see this thing I'm teaching you now. You can use it to trade any of those three, right? But pay attention to what I'm about to teach you now. If you like, you can press record and record this. So this 21 period moving average, the red one, if it moves, like if it moves from bottom, like it at the point it was at this bottom, okay, and then it moves and cross above the black and begins to move up. But sometimes it also move down, is that not? From up to down. Okay, let me show you something. So at a point in time, it moves from below at this point in time to above the line. Now, anytime it moves from below to above the line, you don't need to trade immediately, except the candle that crosses. It's also the candle that touches. So there's what we call touch and cross. Yeah, good morning. So at the point in time, it was, let me choose an arrow to show you what I mean. So at the point in time, move this arrow. This line was crossing at this point in time where you have this red bar, this red candle, right? But I think at that point that's not completely crossed. So, but on this green candle, it has already crossed. So even at this level, you can start buying because this candle also touches the both the red and the black at this point in time. Wait, some people may say I'm not seeing it. Maybe they are using small screen. I'm using laptop, so permit me to just zoom in a little bit so that people can see what I'm doing. I'm going to just move back a little bit to show you something. So I'm going to click on this arrow and bring here. So you see where this red bar formed. You can see that at the point where this red bar formed, this red line was still below the black. So it is not yet on uptrend. But immediately we have this green bar. Okay, the green bar is, so this is on 4 hours. The green bar crosses the red line crosses above the black successfully, and then this green bar formed and touches both the red and the black. At this point in time, this trend has completely changed to uptrend. So if you are a fast trader, you can start buying from this point. So immediately this candle close and this red candle begins to form, you can start buying. But if you miss it, right? So at the point in time, the price begins to range to the upside. Even at this level, this green bar also returned and touches this particular one. So you could still start buying at this level. But check this out. Let me now zoom in a little bit. So at a point in time, this price got to this level, this top level, and got tired. Let me click on this arrow to show you something. It printed this bar and couldn't print more bar across or higher than this. So it begins to trade down. Can you see? Trade down until it touches this red like a support, but then it broke it immediately and then came back and touches this black. You see this thing that you see here is a retracement. And the retracement was completed when this candle formed. And eventually, the price begins to rise again until it broke this previous level. So even at this point, this price already gave us a signal that there's a clear breakout to the upside. So this price was already going to go up. But something happened. I don't know, maybe it was news or whatever. The price eventually came back and broke both the red and the black, and then printed this strong bearish bar. But at the point of printing this cross bearish bar, check this out. This red line, the moving average 81, was still above the black line. At this point in time, this price is still 100% on uptrend, except we now begin to see 2 candles close, 3 candles close below the black line. The black line is the reference or the last point of call. So at this point in time, this trend has changed to downtrend. But we will not sell even when it changes to downtrend, because the trend was still very much volatile to the downside until they printed this one. So we'll do something. We'll move this line that was up there before and move it to the downside. Tell us that the price has successfully, gotten to a support at this level. This is support level. For us to place a sell, for this price to begin to go down, to say, oh, the price has broken a support and it's going down, we will need to see this price, this line. We need to see candles begin to close below it, and then we'll say there's a clear breakout. As long as this red, this red line is below the black line. Now, at this point in time, the red is below the black. If we now begin to see candle close below this level or below this region, let me paint it for you so that you see it. If we begin to see candles close below this region, we will say that the price is now on a clear breakout to the downside. But if not, as in this case now, we begin to see candles close higher and higher until it broke this black line. So at this point in time, the price is now beginning to possibly resume the uptrend. We are not sure. But because we already have a trade, possibly, it is possible that somebody already have a trade at this point in time. This person will definitely be in profit by now. So that was what I saw last week, because I had a trade on this level, a buy, right, around this zone. That gave me a credence to the fact that this price was going to go up. So I stick to my trade, and of course, eventually it gave me profit. So there's a clear breakout now. Of course, that's where the price is. So, but based on what we know also for Euro USD, if we check, let's clear the whole screen and return it to a normal. Sorry. Let's see if we can use this. I prefer this kind of color, right? White background. So this on 4 hours, this is still on H4. We zoom out completely. You will see that at a point in time, even without all those indicators, we know that the Euro USD price was going to go up because it has been downtrend for a while. So even though Euro USD is bearish, right? This Euro USD is still bearish on the monthly time frame and weekly time frame, but we saw a clear breakout at this level that the price was going to go up. So I expect that this price of Euro USD will meet resistance right now this week at this level. I expect so. But I'm not going to be on a buy anymore. Okay, it is already too late for me to buy. The price is close to resistance. So why should I be buying? I won't. Right. So I'll be very careful of trading Euro USD, and I'll be expecting that the price will meet a stiff resistance around here and begins to trace or retrace. Now, if it doesn't meet resistance there, if it break it, okay, because there could be a possible breakout, which I doubt, then this is where the next resistance will be, right at this level. Okay, on this 4 hours chart. Now that we know that the Euro USD price will most likely meet resistance here, what we need to do this week is to be waiting for Euro USD to begin to print more bars. Okay, begin to print more bars as we are printing now, and then begin to approach this zone. So we'll be looking out carefully for what the price will do at this level. Let me remove this guy. Yeah, and maybe I just put a line there, just a single line. So we'll be waiting for what Euro USD will do this week around this zone, and we'll be careful enough to be looking at the bars. So what I expect you guys to do is to zoom in carefully on Euro USD now, or anytime you like, and then begin to look at what the bars will be printing. So at this point in time, currently on this 4 hours, the Euro USD price is beginning to print. It's now near resistance, right? So price can come back at any point in time. So be careful and watch out for the candles. Right now, there's a candle here that is more like I don't know whether we can call it a spin it off. I don't know, because we saw 2 of them, but based on the way the candles appear, I don't think so. But there's an inverted hammer, obviously, even though it is not that strong because the tail is very not too long. But then there's a continuation bar that is beginning to print now in the form of bridge, right? This one. So this candle may spell, kind of like some information for us to follow if we begin to see candles begin to close below it. So this could be a continuation candle, right? Now, what I mean by continuation is that's continuation to the downside. These candles are reversal bars, right? All these ones, or this one. Let's let's show them this one and this one and this one. They are all reversal bars. Okay. Also, this guy is also a reversal bar, right? That's the bearish engulfing. Stop it. Let's shut up the guy from talking. So he will not disturb us again. So we begin to see reversal bars. Like what I mean by reversal is price at a point in time was going up, right? It's an uptrend, like moving to the upside. So when the price gets to this level, it printed this reversal bar. A bearish engulfing bar is a reversal bar, right? Like price could turn back. That's what it means. But then after this point, it begins to push back up. Remember, we are still close to resistance. We're not yet there. So, and then it printed more reversal bars, more reversal bars, and more reversal bars. Then they printed this particular doji. So this doji that is printed currently will be a continuation bar from, like price is beginning to turn down. Like price could now begin to go down. That's what I mean. Like continuation to the downside. It will continue. If we have this current candle print below it, or we begin to see candles that print below it. So if you now begin to see on these 4 hours that candles are beginning to close lower than this level. Let me see if I can move this one. Yeah. If candles begin to close lower and lower, right? And lower, then you know that that particular price is nothing more or less than a reversal. Let me, instead of using that, let me use like this one. Okay. Possibly permit me to do this. Change color to red color. So that we assume that it's actually printing a bearish candle. Assumption. So if we begin to see candles close lower, don't mind me. I wanted to see if I can print red candle. So if we get to see candles close lower than that level, then it means that this indicator, this particular one that I put arrow on, that's doji. Okay, it's not a perfect doji anyway, but it's like a cross. So we'll now say, if we begin to see candles close lower, we will say that this particular candle is a reversal candle, or sorry, a continuation candle at this point in time. So let's wait for this price to begin to close lower. Then we can begin to follow it, sell and sell and sell, because the price doesn't have fixed that resistance. Resistance is a zone, right? It's not a straight price, it's not a fixed price. So what we can now do, remember we're on 4 hours, is to now go down to M15, right? Or H1. Sorry, yeah, I think M15 is good enough to begin to look out for a candle that will close below this level. So right now, if we see a candle that closes below, let me give you a kind of like a price, right? Let's go back to that H4. H4, zoom in. That's what you can do. And then look out for the low of this price. So you look out for the low of this candle, which will be 1.08272. You can write that one down on your Jetta if you have a Jetta beside you right now. So you write down 1.08272, right? So that will be your breakout price this morning. So if you see a candle close below 1.08252 on your chart on M15, then you can now begin to place instant execution sell. That's what you can do. So you go back to M15 and begin to look out for that. So I think this EURUSD analysis is clear enough, and you can use the same analysis to trade anything, right? When I say anything, I mean anything. You can use it. If you have a question on this, you are free to ask. Of course, I will be glad to answer it. So Chinedu says, if this reversal candle were happening in 1 hour, would the situation still hold? Of course, yes. All candles print and send information. The only thing you need to do, Chinedu, is to know that as it progresses on 4 hours, and as it progresses on your candlestick time frames, you begin to have more confidence on those levels. So, for example, a 15 minutes candle is not as strong as 30 minutes candle, which is not as strong as 1 hour candle, which is not as strong as H4 candle, but they all pass information. Just like when you say man, a man is a man, whether it's a small boy or an old man, it's a man. For example, I saw a picture, I think yesterday online, I generated some buzz. There's this young boy, I think less than maybe less than 15 years. I hope so. Based on the picture I saw, he's a very young boy, right? Young son. of the father. The father passed on, according to the information I read, and then the elder sister was married, going to her husband's house. And so the boy sat on a seat beside his mom, representing his father or representing his father. So the elder sister knelt down in front of the young boy and, of course, received blessing, fatherly blessing from his younger brother. So what I'm trying to say is that whether you are on 15 minutes candle or you are 1 hour candle or you are 4 hours candle, they are all candles, but one is stronger than the other one. So you may say that, yeah, the boy is receiving blessing, but it's a young blessing. Well, blessing is blessing, whether it's coming from the young or it's coming from the old. I'm just giving that as an analogy. Right. So yeah, for the question you asked, Chinedu, reverse candles, if it happens on 1 hour, it will still hold. Just that it's not as strong as 4 hours, right? Underscore. It's not as strong as on daily. So I think somebody raised hand that want to ask questions. So I'm going to permit him to speak. Let me go to this part and call out Ayun Binga that raised up his hand. I think he wants to ask a question. So Mr. Ayun, go ahead and talk to me. You can enable your microphone to talk if you are there. Just unmute and talk.
Thank you very much, sir.
Morning.
Thanks, sir. Please, on the 4-hour time frame, when you use the doji, you say it's a continuation pattern. So I'm now thinking, since it's an uptrend, is it not to continue upwards, but you say it's continuing downtrend? So I need some clarifications there.
Okay, so that's a very good question. You see, candlestick is a very complex kind of like a discussion to go into in full detail. There is a candlestick class that I'm holding in Lagos. If you're in Lagos, you can join us Mondays and Wednesdays to begin to look at candlesticks and their formations. So, and of course, it will be happening across branches. So it doesn't have to be Lagos alone. If you go to Port Harcourt, if you go to Enugu, sorry, I don't know. If you go to Port Harcourt, if you go to Abuja, if you go to Ibadan, you still meet guys that will still teach you the exact same thing. But let's go to H4 so that we can see and look at the question he asked. Very valid question. So I mentioned that this doji could spell continuation. That's what I said exactly. Now, wait, let me choose this level. Okay, and then let me zoom in. Please pay attention, everybody. But before I explain this one, let me see if I can. How do I explain this one? No. Let me see if I can share a screen. I'm gonna just go to paint, and click on paint and share the screen of paint, so that we can begin to draw some things. You can mute yourself, sir, so that you can pay attention to what I want to discuss. So I'm going to go to here, share, and go to paint and share. So if I have movement, right? If I have movement, let's say I have some green bars coming on the screen, and then the price begins to move up, right? So we will say that this price is uptrend. So if there is a doji on the way, if there's a doji along this path, and then the price now begins to print above the doji, we will say that the doji is a continuation bar. That's what we will say. At this point in time, the doji is representing or is functioning as a continuation bar that is telling you that the price will continue to the upside once price begins to close above it. But if suddenly, after this move, we begin to see red move or red candles begin to print down, and then there is a doji, right? Along the way, wherever. If price begins to close below it, okay, if we now begin to see candles close below it, we will still say that this candle is a continuation bar. But this time I'm not to the upside, to the downside. So that's what I mean. I hope this is clear. I hope so. I don't really know how to explain that much. So, sorry. Let me change that to. So at this point in time, we will say that this doji is a continuation bar to the downside. But if, as it is now, we begin now to see, let's go back to this place. Don't worry, Adam. Sorry, Gucci. We permit you to ask question. If we have, instead of this particular one we just painted now, if we have candles begin to print to the upside, and then we have a doji on the way, And then we begin to see more candles begin to print above it. And then suddenly we have a red bar forming, like a downtrend. Now we have a doji somewhere around here, right? And then we now have more green begin to form, like so. You see, there's difference between the two now. Okay, so this doji that you see here on this right-hand side is acting more like a reversal. So this one, at this point in time, this doji is a reversal candle. But at this point in time, this doji that you see here, this one, it's a continuation bar. So doji can act on the chart as both reversal and continuation, right? So I hope it is clear. I just hope so. So if it is clear, Mr. Ayun Felix, and for the rest of us, if it is clear, you can just signify that it is actually clear. So and now you understand how doji performs. Okay, it could be both reversal and continuation, and of course depends on the formation of candles around it. That's the candle that prints after it. Okay, and before it, you can now know whether it is reversal or continuation. Now, Adam says he wants to ask a question. Let's permit him to speak to us this morning. Wait. Adam. I think I've seen Adam, right? So Adam, what's going on?
Okay, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good to have you again.
Thank you.
It's nice one. I thank you for your narration on gold. Before I forget, you told us there's a place you mark on that Friday, on Monday last week, that if you go crossing this place, we should buy. And I followed that your instruction and it works.
Now you make money.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
So you make money, confess. You make money.
Yes.
So what you need to do now is that even though I'm not a pastor, you now begin to drop tithes. You understand? The joke I do. That one I just joke, right? Okay, congratulations. So what's the question for today?
Okay, you mentioned something that one is perfect doji, another one is not perfect doji. So I wanted to confirm that, because as at the time you were narrating that one, say, although it's not a perfect doji, this doji, some can be red, some can be green, and some can be white. Some can be pure white. Then after that, is it after one or two candles do we know that it has a reverse or a continuation pattern, or one candle closes below or above it that we know that it's a continuation?
It's the behavior of candles, not just one candle. It's behavior of candles around it, before it and after it, that tells you that one is a reversal and one is a continuation. Okay, so the one I'm looking at this EURUSD on 4 hours will most likely be a continuation if candles begin to close below it. Like it will be like whatever the continuation is, price continues to drop below the candle. Okay, that price will continue to drop. Now that dropping is relative. It could be a long drop, it could be a short drop, it could be a medium time drop. Drop is drop. Like if you say like let's say that so let's say that let's look at this our fuel price in Nigeria. Okay, so at a point in time, the price rose to around $1,300. Sorry, I said dollar. Don't mind me. So the price rose to around 1,300 naira per liter, right? And then at a point in Lagos, right? I'm talking of Lagos. I don't know of other locations in Nigeria, but at a point in time in Lagos, price was around 1,200 band, 1,250 band, 1,300 band. Okay, but let's say peak 1,300 naira. Then it begins to drop to 1,100, 1,050 naira, 950. It was very rampant on 950, and of course it dropped to, at the moment in Lagos, around 850 in some fuel stations, 860 in some. I don't even know whether it is lower. So now, if you see price at this point in time, now if you see, let us say that 950 naira is like a doji. That's the doji we're looking at on the chart. So at the point in time, price rose to around 1,300, and then doji formed 950, because that's where the price was, and then it stagnated a little bit before it begins to drop. So if the price drops to, at the moment, if it drops to 860, 850, the price has really dropped below 950. So that doji already fulfilled the job we wanted to do. So at this point in time, if price reverses now, like if price reverses right now and begins to go back up to 900, 950, 1,000, and so on. So that doji already does what he wants to do, all right? But if price continues to drop, like to 700, to 600, to 500, we'll still say that the doji has done what he wants to do. Okay, at 950, the price was stagnant a little bit. So that's the way we look at it. So it is what price does after what is forming currently on H4 on Euro USD that will now begin to tell whether the price will continue to drop or it will stagnate a little bit and then it to go back up. But to be candid, this doji that you see here already does what it's meant to do on the chart if the price begins to close below it. But if, as we move on now, if price begins to move higher than it and begin to print higher than it, then we say that this doji at this point in time is nothing but a reversal candle, like reversing from this downpour to the upside. But if price begins to close lower, okay, than the doji, like something like this, the price begins to print lower than it, then we'll say that at this point in time, the doji is a continuation candle. But let's see, like I said, let's begin to see what the candle will do around it. So what the one that is currently forming is forming like an inside bar. So we are not sure whether the price will drop below or not. This candle will close, yes. More will fall. So let's wait for those more. Right. So thank you very much, Oguchi. I hope that one is clear. So I think one other person wants to ask question on this, and the name is Modesta, right? So what's going on, Madam Modesta?
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Sir, thanks very much. I enjoy your lectures.
We thank God.
So I want to ask, if eventually the doji plays out and then it becomes a reverse, a continuation doji, and it goes bearish, where will possibly be our TP?
Wow.
That's my question.
Well, the room, there is more room for the price to drop. This 4 hours, the price has risen over time and has covered a lot of gap. Let me see if I can bring this up to this level. And so the price rose from lower level to an upper level. So if you zoom out, how you know whether you can, close your trade or not is you zoom out, then you begin to look for the next or the nearest support, which could be here, right? This could be a point of reference. And of course, this could be a point of reference, right? Depends on how greedy you are. Now, if you are greedy, you say you're looking for this lower line to stop. But if you're not greedy, it's better you stop at this upper line. But if I was the one trading on these 4 hours, I won't even wait for any of those ones. I just count my number of pips. Let's count. So from if you sell from maybe around this level today or tomorrow or whatever, so we have 53 pips already, and this is about 170 pips already. So in fact, 170 pips is too much for you to be looking for. What are you looking for? You want to buy Nigeria. So I think you should just close your trade when it gets to 50 pips, 60 pips, 70 pips, from the level you bought. Just choose 50, 60, because there's room for the price to drop. If it's dropping, yes, we can continue to buy more, or sell more, because we'll be looking at information on the screen to sell. But I think you just target from 50 pips and above, but no more than 100, really. Not more than 100 pips. So that answers that question. Now, if eventually it turns bearish, right? If candles begin to close below that particular level of 4 hours, like I said, come to 15 minutes, insert your breakout strategy, this one, and then begin to look out for a sell. For example, right now, the opportunity may soon arise. Okay, I think it's quite clear at this level. Based on what I explained to you guys earlier, the opportunity may soon arise on this 15 minutes chart. And so you can begin to sell when the price, of course, is going to be like a fulfillment of that prophecy on Doji, when the price begins to close below this level, right? That's when you begin to sell. Now, let me show you something. That's what I'm seeing on this 15 minutes. I'm going to just go back here a little bit. You can see this Doji here. Okay, it's like a spinning bar, even though it's not a perfect Doji. This level, you know that this one, after this downpour, after this, choose this. After this, after candles begin to close lower and lower and lower and lower, and then they form this particular candle, and then the price begins to reverse. So at this level, the price, this particular candle is more of a reversal than continuation. This one is more of a continuation than reversal. That's this one you're looking at here. So that's how I know some of these little details on candles. But you can go ahead, you guys can go ahead and look for a book online. We call it Candlestick Bible. Okay. You can read it. It helps, okay, to understand some of these things. And then you can look out for Steve Nissen's candlestick strategy. And then you can also look for candlestick primer. There's one like I don't know. There's one like a PDF book that it's not as if it's big book like that, but it shed light on some of these small things that we discuss here. So, and of course, readers are leaders. So the more you read, the more you know. If you don't read, you will not understand some of these little things that help me grow in this business. Let me look at the comment section and look at what people want me to look at so that we can continue. So, okay, so everybody say clear, right? So let's go to the analysis proper now. Based on what we have discussed now, let's now begin to look at what we can do with some of these things to do. So USD may go bearish if you close below this level. You already see it on the screen, so you can go ahead and sell if you begin to see the opportunity. And then we can go to what the person say I should look at, which will be Euro JPY. Somebody said I should look at Euro JPY. So why don't I look at Euro JPY? Euro JPY. So and then I think he also mentioned I think we need to look at the comment section. Sorry. I think I'm currently sharing this one. Yeah. So somebody in the comment section mentioned, help us type the name of those books you talk about. Amos, are you a Bikunle Amosun brother? Oluwaseun Amosun. Bikunle Amosun. Okay, I mentioned Candlestick Bible, right? I think Bible is good enough. And then Steve Nison's Candlestick book, and then Candlestick Primer. All these things you can get their PDF online, free of charge. So let's go to this person that says look at, okay, Euro JPY, Euro CHF, and JPY. That's what he said I should look at. So let's go to Euro CHF, Euro CHF, if you can see it, right? And then we also look out for GBP JPY. That's what he said I should look at. If you want me to look at something, you just drop it, okay? And then I can look at what you want me to look at. GBP JPY. Let's find out GBP JPY right here. Okay, so I'm going to start with Euro JPY, and I think it could, be close to what we discussed on Euro USD, right? So, but this time around, we can just stick to H1 and look out for opportunity. So right now, we see that the red line is crossing above the black, and then we'll need for the price to close higher for us to buy on this 1 hour. But let's look at H4. Are they saying the same thing? Yeah, so I think the price is still uptrend on this one. So, but before we can sell, we need for the price to begin to close below the black for us to sell. So at the moment, this particular price is still 100% on uptrend. So we don't need to change that drama. We don't need to change that information. But just that we will not be placing buy yet until we see more actions on candles. So I think you should just stay off Euro JPY. That's what because the market is mixed right now. There's no clear direction. After that, push up. So Euro CHF, let's look at it. With this, yeah, I think Euro CHF is clearer than Euro JPY. On the 1 hour chart, Euro CHF could drop. It could actually drop on the 1 hour chart. So I'm going to go to here and check this line out. The price. I think we'll begin to see candles close below that level. Let's look at it clearly. So we have this level as a support level at a point in time, and now we begin to see candles close below it. So I think it's a good one to sell. And if you sell on this Euro CHF, you should put your stop loss above this level. Okay, so your stop loss should be above this area. This should be your area for stop loss. Okay, so but this one is bearish according to this indicator. This indicator say we should sell. It's an instant distribution if you like. You can just place on your new order and sell, not a sell stop. This one already gave us the indication that we should sell, even though Euro JPY say we should stay off. Euro CHF say we should sell. So I think sell is ideal on this one. If you like, you can go ahead and execute your trade. But make sure that you put your stop loss above these two candles here, right? So, and of course, you'll be good to go. You can target 10, 20 bips, 30 bips. It's up to you. Okay, so let's go to the next one, GBP JPY. So for this one, we're going to be looking at Let's look at candles and then zoom in or zoom out or decide. So this one is mixed, right? So because the price is ranging, but let's look at this one. Yeah, even though it is mixed, it will still actually go down it could actually go down. It could be bearish based on what the indicator is saying. So you should be looking out to sell on this one, but I'm not placing a sell on this one until further notice. I just wait for more candles to fall because the price is currently ranging really, and I don't want to do sell stop. There's no need. So I'm going to go to comment section again and check. Somebody says I should look at Prince Week. Chigozie is asking, is Euro-USD moving from buying to selling? Possibly, because Euro-USD is bearish on higher time frame like W1, and the monthly chart. So it could be, right? So please put the name of the books on this chart so enable us to get them. Rishi, Kulanos. See, I just mentioned the book to you, but you want me to write it so that you can see it. Wow. Maybe my voice is not good. Maybe. You ask for it, you get it now, right? So you said I should mention the book. I mentioned Candlestick Bible. And I mentioned Candlestick Primer. And I mentioned Steve Nielsen. Any Steve Nielsen candlestick book. Okay? Any Steve Nielsen candlestick book. Look for any of these ones, and of course, you'll be good to go, right? Let me bring it here so that you can all see it. Okay, I think that's clear enough. That's clear enough. Candlestick Bible, you can look out for it, PDF online. Candlestick Primer is a PDF book, it's very small. Okay, I think I have the book. If I have the time, I can just share it with you guys. Or if you send me a private message on my WhatsApp, yeah, I can just send you the link to download it. And of course, you should also look for any Steve Nielsen candlestick book. Okay, Steve Nielsen is more like a father of candlestick. That's where I see it. I learn a lot from the guy. It's an old man. When I say guy, I mean old man. Okay, so look out for his book and read on candlestick. It helps, okay, to understand the weight of candlestick. It gives me ginger, okay, and to trade. Sometimes when I look at the candlestick, ordinary candlestick look, I can tell you that the price can go up or go down. Depends on their action, right, on the screen. So I'm going to go back to the comment section to see if somebody wants me to look at something different. So please, what does it mean? What does it mean if when placing a trade, you get an error message saying not enough money? What it means is that your lot size is too high. That's what it could mean. So if your lot size is too high, you may not be, even though you have money. For example, now you can have 1 million on US 100 or let's say D40. Okay, those ones require higher margin, or even wheat. Those ones require higher margin to trade. Okay, so you want to trade wheat and you have 500,000 and you're placing one standard lot. My brother, you will get a message because your money is too small to trade it one standard on 500,000. Because wheat requires a lot of margin to trade, even corn, right? So depends on what you are trading. And then apart from that, that's if you don't have a trade at all. If you have a running trade on your account, like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 trade, they already gather some margin. Okay, when you gather those margin, your margin level drops, right? So and then you want to place more trade. It will tell you don't have enough money to place those trade. That's what it means. So all you need to do is if you have more trade, cut it and then execute your trade. And if you don't have any trade, then reduce your lot size. You should be able to enter that trade. So we can't see what you wrote. What do you mean you can't see what I wrote? But I'm sharing this screen. Wait. Share. I'm actually sharing this screen. Oh yeah, let me share it again. Can you see it now? I hope so. I hope so. So somebody else dropped me a message. Let me read it. Look at what Euro-USD, look at what it's doing presently. I don't have to look at what Euro-USD is doing presently. I've already left Euro-USD to decide what it wants to do. So please help on the following: Euro-AUD, Euro-CAD, Euro-USD, USJPY. I already did USJPY. I already did. Okay, I already talked about USJPY. Sorry, Euro-USD extensively. Somebody also say GBP-AUD. Wow. Now they sleep before me. Yeah, let's look at GBP AUD. Then we look at USDJPY and possibly Euro AUD. Somebody also say gold. Okay, somebody say gold. Oh yeah, let me quickly open all those ones that you mentioned. I'm going to go to Euro or USDJPY, open it up briefly. I'll go to Euro AUD, GBP AUD, and briefly, just briefly, Euro card. Briefly, Euro AUD, just briefly. Briefly on gold. Okay, briefly on gold. Precious metal, gold. Okay, so based on the request that I have right now, I only have about 80 minutes to look at all of them, but I'll try. Okay, let's look at them one by one now. One by one. Somebody said I should increase my volume. Yeah, I can loud. I'll be loudspeaker. Where's that microphone, sir? Where's I think I have one microphone like that. I could have actually, increased the volume of my voice. Don't mind me. I had a lot of, tough time over the weekend. Went to farm, went to Akure, a lot of, things that I did over the weekend. So I'm a little bit tired. Somebody will say farm. Yes, I have farm. Okay, so I'm going to go to, let's start from USDJPY. So for USDJPY, I will assume that the USDJPY will rise. Okay, 100%. 100%. Like this year, but we normally see online 100%. So if I were you this week, like this week, I'll be looking to buy USDJPY. I'll be looking to buy it. I will not look to sell it. The reason is simple. The price has really, dropped over time, and I expect the price to retrace. So what I would do is to be looking for candles that support a buy around where it is now. And of course, I can also insert, if I want to be very candid with myself, I will insert this particular indicator and be waiting for this red line to cross above the black. Once it crosses, I begin to look to buy. That's what I would do. So look out to buy USDJPY. Okay, 100% on that one. So Euro AUD, I don't trade it much, but I can give you my opinion based on what my indicator tells me. This price could go down. Okay, so I think you should just wait for this red line to cross below the black, like as mentioned on what they call it now, on what they call it now. I think the one I analyzed last. I can't remember. So wait for this red line to cross below the black, then you look out to sell. And on Eurocard, I think the same thing we hold, the same information we hold for these guys. I think so. Wait for it to cross, then you can sell. Don't sell yet. Just wait for this red line to go below the black, then you can sell. And finally, let me go to Euro AUD. The same thing we hold for this one. Same thing we hold for this one. This Euro AUD. Let me draw it. The same thing we hold for this Euro AUD. Same thing. So we are waiting for this price to drop below, this red line to drop below the black, then we can sell. Then finally on gold. And then we close. So for the gold price that is currently ranging, you need to be careful trading gold because gold is ranging, and gold was projected to reach 3,000. So it's still have potential to do that. Okay, it is 100% bullish on monthly chart. Check it out. So let me go here and show you something. This one, or even this. Since I like white background. If you look at the monthly chart of gold, MN, you see that the price is still 100% intact, well trend, even on the weekly chart. Okay, even on the weekly chart, even on the daily chart. Okay, so there is still potential for the price to push to the upside, but We never can tell. So this could be the bust of where Euro gold will begin to turn back. Now, if it does turn back, it can go down rapidly, like rapidly. It's going to turn back. Otherwise, yeah, I think you should just, for today, I think you should just stay off gold and wait for the price to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, either continue to the upside or downside. And if you must place trade, then you can trade above and below this range level. This is the range level. So you can trade above it. So if the price begins to close above this, all you need to do is to paint this zone on your chart. Then if price begins to close above it, you buy. If price begins to close below it, you sell. Now, before I close, somebody mentioned that I should go back and look at Euro USD, what it's doing. Okay, so well, I can see, we all can see that Euro USD is currently dropping very fast. I already mentioned it that we could do that. Okay, I think that gives credence to what we're discussing now. Right, so, and I want to appreciate all of us. Finally, like I always like to allow one person to talk, even though a lot of people already talked today. Somebody say Euro CHF is already in profit. Well, thank God. LTP in mind, 10 pips, 20 pips. V. What's the meaning of V? Like, is it Veronica or Victoria? I don't know. You tell us. Okay, so if it is in profit, you can close your trade in profit and enjoy your money. Okay, what is that? Verde. What is Verde? Are you Robo? Okay. Okay, so someone is asking, how do we sell red and black line? You have to attend class 101. Okay, this morning with Favor. I think you should be able to clarify on that. So I want to thank everybody that was part of today's conversation. And I know you are Robo. You must be Robo 100%. My sister in the Lord, Wado. So thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all. I wish I could just answer more. Maybe the person that have not talked to me. I think this Dennis Onichabo, I don't know. I've not seen his talk before. So Dennis, what's up? Dennis, talk to me.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful lectures. Please, I have 2 questions. Number one, this breakout strategy.
Yes.
I would like to know more about it.
It's an advanced class, so it's an advanced class. So which location are you?
I'm in Benin, sir.
Okay, so Ima should be in your region soon. Okay. I think we have. Do we have Benin this week? Hold on, let me check my calendar. I'm not 100% sure what I want to tell you. So let me be a little bit, maybe like 100% sure that Ima will be coming to Benin. So hold on. Let me go to this level and check. Yeah, so Ima will be in Benin this week with his team. So from Thursday and Friday, that's 2 days training, Thursday and Friday. So we have a class in Benin this week. So all you need to do is to be prepare to go to that place and meet Ima, okay, and his team. And of course, because I'm not coming to Benin, right? So they can sit down with you and discuss it. It's not a difficult thing, but it's advanced, right? So if you know candlestick very well, you don't move in that big very well, you can make a lot of money on this chart, right? This particular strategy I just showed you guys, I made a lot of money for me, I'm telling you. Okay, guide me on where to buy and where to sell, I'm telling you, and I make money. So I appreciate you all, everybody, and of course I'll see you on top.
Then, sir, please, can we get the link to your moving average class, please?
You say what?
The link to your moving average class.
I don't know. I can't remember the link. But if I remember it, of course, I'll post it. Right. So thank you very much. I didn't look at GBP card again because time is already fast spent. It's 9 o'clock, and of course, with the one we have done, take a cue. Appreciate you all. Bye bye. I have a meeting starting now. So I'll see you on top, everybody.